Hello everybody. Today we're going to continue to take a look at multiplying two-digit by two-digit numbers. On Tuesday we looked at some multiplication where you had multiples of 10. Today we're going to just look at straight up two-digit times two-digit numbers. So we have 34 times 34 listed here. We are going to continue to use our area model. So the first thing I'm going to notice is that I'm multiplying 34 times 34. That means equal side lengths. I'm going to draw a square in this case because our side lengths are the same. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is simply label my sides. I know I've got 34 and 34. Now I'm actually going to scooch this a little bit because I'm going to need some space to break up my side lengths into some smaller pieces. And I want to give myself room. So I'm going to break up my 34 both times into a 30 and a 4. Because I know I can multiply by 30 and I know I can multiply by 4 separately. So I'm going to take this 34 here and I'm going to break it up into a 30 and a 4. So I'm going to break it up like this. And I'm going to show that I have 30 here on this side length and 4 here on this side length, okay? Then I'm going to do the same thing with my other one. So I'm going to also, I'm going to switch my colors. I'm also going to break up this 34 into a 30 and a 4. So this section here of the side length is 30 and this section of the side length is 4. Now you'll see that we have 4 smaller rectangles, right? And what we can do is we can just find the area of each smaller rectangle first, and then we can add all of those areas of the smaller rectangles together to find the area of the larger rectangle. Okay, so we're using what we know about area to help us with this. I'm just going to scooch this over a little bit, and I missed a piece. So we'll have to put it back here. There we go. Okay, so we're going to start by doing our first one here, and I'm going to have 30 times 4. Do you see how I have a 30 times 4 here? Okay. Because I've got this side length here is 30 and this side length here is 4. So when I'm going to write this out and show my work, I'm going to write my 30 times 4 plus, and I think I just want to list them all out first. This little rectangle, or actually little square here, is a 4 by 4. So this one's going to be 4 times 4, right? Because this little side length is 4 and this little side length is 4. Right? And then I'm going to add, I'm going to multiply this big rectangle. I have a 30 by 30 rectangle, right? So I've got this side is 30 and this side is 30. Remember, we're just doing the smaller parts of the rectangle, so kind of pay attention to what those side lengths look like. So I'm going to have a 30 times 30 here. And then I'm going to add one more part. And that's going to be my 30 times 4 here. And you'll notice because I was doing doubles here, 34 times 34, we have a lot of the same fact, right? It looks like I'm going to have to move this again, guys. Sorry. Uh-oh. Hold on a second. Try again. Move this down a little bit and move this over a little bit. Here we go. All right, and then the last one was 30 times 4. Okay? So now we have 4 different equations that we're just going to solve, and then we're going to add them all together. So 30 times 4, I know 4 times 3 is 12, but it's going to be 120 because we're doing 30 times 4. And then I know 4 times 4 is 16. It's a nice basic fact, right? And then I've got 30 times 30. I know 3 times 3 is 9, so it's going to be 900 because of that place value shift, right? And then I'm going to do 30 times 4 again, which I already know because I already solved it, which is 120. Now I can add all those portions together. So eventually what you'll start doing is stop writing the multiplication problems and you'll simply have your solutions, your your products inside, right? So that would be 120 and 120, and then you'd have this section is just 16, and then this section is 900. So now I'm just going to add all of those together, and I know that 120 and 120 is 240. So now I have 240 plus 16 is going to be 256. So I've got 900 plus 256 is going to give me 1,156 as my product. 1,156. Okay, so we're going to take a very large rectangle and we're going to break it down into smaller, more manageable parts. Let's take a look at one more example. This time we don't have a double, so you'll see what it looks like when we don't have a double. We have 23 by 31. So I've learned my lesson. I'm going to put my area model way down here. And I do have one side that's longer, so I'm going to make sure I represent that in my rectangle. Okay, and I know this full side length, I'll scooch down a little bit. This whole side length here is going to be a 31, and this whole side length here is going to be a 23. So once again, I'm going to break up my 31. I think I'll break it up into a 30 and a 1. And then I'm going to break up my 23 into a 20 and a 3. Okay? So now I'm going to go and do one rectangle at a time. Here's a red rectangle. This one is a 20 by 3. So I'm going to do a 20 by 30. So 20 times 30, I know 2 times 3 is 6. So with the 2 zeros there, shifting our place value, I know that's going to be 600. Now I'm going to shift to the next rectangle over. I'll do this guy right here. This is going to be a 1 by 20. So I know that I'm going to do 1 times 20. That's nice and easy. Whoops. So 1 times 20 we know is 20. So the area of this little section is just going to be a 20. Then we'll move on to this rectangle here. Okay. I see that it's a 30 by 3. And I know 3 times 3 is 9. So 30 times 3 is 90. And then for my last one, I already did purple. I'll do blue. We have a 3 by 1. So 3 times 1, which I know is 3. And I forgot to put my 90 in, so let's put my 90 in. Okay, so now I've got all my products inside each smaller rectangle. I've listed it as the distributive property up top, and now I've got all of my partial products, right? This is just partial products being added together. So 60 plus 20 plus 90 plus 3. I know 20 and 90 is 110. 600 plus 110 is 710 plus 3 is going to be 713 as my product. Okay? So your job today is to go ahead and give this a try. Draw a rectangle out, label your side lengths, and multiply each smaller area, and then add all of those areas up to find the area of the full rectangle, or this product of the 2-digit multiplication problem. Good luck, have fun, and let me know if you need